Cash is the most important thing to these rappers. The problem is that common sense does not. When an artist makes it big, they don't have time to learn how to save money and invest in smart ways. When it comes to money, rappers can be too wasteful, and most of the time, just plain stupid. Here are the 13 dumbest things rappers have bought, from chains worth millions of dollars to expensive showers costing millions. First, Lil Wayne's diamond teeth and Kanye's Sistine Chapel recreation. Really? Like, really? The grill has always seemed a little strange, to those outside the scene, of course. Most reasonable people can't understand why someone would want to have their teeth covered in gold, platinum, or in this case, diamonds. But Lil Wayne's decision to spend almost $200,000 on diamond teeth was the best way to start this list. One has to wonder if it changes the way his food tastes. Let it be known that any rapper whose name starts with Lil has done terrible things with their money. As the list goes on, you'll see two more Lils that show this is true. This is not a good sign for Lils, who is a rapper. What do you do with a man who is very smart but thinks he is God? You stand back and let his bad decisions show him over time that he's not a god. Instead, he's more like a normal person who wastes money to satisfy his huge and fragile ego. In this case, Yeezus, that was hard to type, spent $350,000 to make a copy of the Sistine Chapel in his home. The small print, and there is always small print, is that the recreation is also a tribute to his car accident, with him standing in for the Christ-like figure. It's hard to understand how his accountant can let a grown man do something so stupid. If you pay someone enough, they will tell you that you can buy anything you want, no matter how self-centered it is. Next, MC Hammer's marble floors and Lil Kim's face. Even though he was mentioned in the beginning, you can't make a list of bad purchases by rappers and leave out the man who started the whole thing. It would be bad to do that. Hammer bought a lot of strange things. Maybe fuel should be on its own list. But people need to know that he spent $3 million in 1 year to put real marble floors in his home. To give you a better idea of what this means, he paid $30 million for something he was going to ignore. Hammer time. Next, imagine for a moment that you've had so much plastic surgery on your face that it makes you look like a different race. Now imagine that you had so many plastic surgeries over the years that they cost you so much money that you had to file for bankruptcy. This is the sad story of Lil Kim, dear readers. She got hooked on plastic surgery and changed so much that no one could recognize her. She ran out of money before she could get more plastic surgery to fix everything. Sounds like a Lifetime movie. Moving on, Tyga's tomb and Drake's experience shower. Don't forget that this is not a tomb or anything. No, rapper Tyga spent $20,000 on an Egyptian-looking tomb for his Last King's clothing store in Melrose, which is a good name for the store. You could say that a tomb is pretty badass, but we still think that in 10 years, when Tyga isn't making music that young people want to listen to and is instead stuck in a financial rut and crying about how ridiculously he spent his money, most likely not. Now, Drake. Even though it's a bit silly, this one is still pretty cool. Drake had to stop an interview with a magazine at one point because he was getting his experience shower installed. What is an experience shower then? First of all, no one really knows how much these things cost, which tells you that they are in the high quadrillions. It's a shower with LED lights on the ceiling that can be changed to fit your mood. They have 10 water jets all over them, and from the top it looks like a waterfall. This is all cool, but it gets even better. There's also a scent dispenser that lets the user fill the room with different smells. He's said to really like lavender. Seriously, he weeps openly through half of his songs and is asked to be held. Lavender makes so much sense. On the other hand, this buy doesn't. Not Drake, but maybe Jay-Z or Dr. Dre. Let's move on to Just Blaze's diamond-encrusted PlayStation controller and Nelly's mink Rolls-Royce. The truth is that 90% of the people who read this will not know who Just Blaze is. Based on that and the trustworthiness of his name, it looks like this guy might be flipping burgers in 5 years, which is a harsh reminder of how bad a diamond-covered video game controller really is. Like, why? Your house is where it is. It doesn't even give you the right to brag about it. Plus, every few years, new systems come out, so the exact controller is already out of date. This is the definition of a stupid buy. Just blaze your money away, it seems. Also, if that name is a reference to marijuana, his purchase is a sign that he might want to stop using it. Nelly comes next. Remember Nelly's song, Hot in Her? If you don't worry. He doesn't either, which shows how bad of an idea it was for him to go on this financial adventure. Buying a nice car is not a stupid thing to do. You won't see any cars on this list. Who doesn't want a Lambo? But buying a nice car and lining the interior with mink is, at best, weird. Liberace would think that this was a bit much. But yes, a mink interior screams rapper rich. And since Nelly hasn't put out a hit single in years, it's probably safe to say that the mink is no longer in his driveway. Next, Lil Jon's Crunk Ain't Dead chain and Kid Cudi's Back to the Future Part 2 kicks. Here's the best part about Lil Jon's smart decision to buy a rapper. For those who don't know, Crunk is actually dead. So right there you have half $500,000, yes, you read that right, bad decisions hanging below your chin like so many balls. The Guinness Book of World Records says that this necklace, which weighs 2.3 kilos and has 3,756 diamonds, is the world's largest diamond necklace. Its style is questionable though. We could come up with another award that it should get. As for Kid, this is one of the coolest things we've ever seen him buy. 4 pairs of these belong to Kid Cudi. People say there are about 11 of them. On top of that, Cudi's fans are loyal. They call themselves Cooters for life. And since he puts out a new album about once a year, it seems like this was an investment that he has since made back. Now that's how it's done, rap community. Don't even pretend that those aren't the best kicks ever, because we all know they are. Finally, we have Lil Baby, The Game, and Soulja Boy's Crazy Expenses. As an up-and-coming rapper, Lil Baby is known for buying a lot of jewelry from Icebox Jewelry, but this one was a little different. Lil Baby loves his 5-year-old son, so he bought him a diamond-covered strap and dial in the size of a child's Rolex. The problem is that kids grow up fast, and this watch, which cost a whopping $8,000, probably won't fit in a year. He also bought a chain with his son's name written in 7 carats of diamonds that cost $25,000. With those 2 purchases though, his son is now wealthier than most of us. The Game likes cars and has a pretty cool collection of them, but cars lose value over time, so they're less of an investment and more of something to enjoy without worrying about your wallet. The Game bought a Bugatti Veyron in 2012 for a cool $2.2 million. He had it painted black and yellow gloss with yellow wheels and red leather on the inside. He was on the reality TV show She's Got Game, which helped him pay for a sweet ride. However, he lost a sexual assault case related to the show earlier this year and had to pay $7 million, so the car's value has gone down. Soulja Boy's biggest hit, Crank Dat, has made him so much money that he's not sure what to do with it. He beats Tyga in the outrageous chain bling competition because the black Lamborghini on his chain works and can be controlled by a remote. The black diamonds on the Lambo match his black pinky ring and bracelets. The car is attached to a black chain, so when it moves, the chain moves with it. Priced at $200,000, this toy wasn't very useful. Well, unfortunately, guys, that is all the time we had for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and follow for more crazy news. Also, comment below which was the craziest purchase according to you. Till next time, cheers.